everyone, Anna here, makeup creator, educator, and teacher specifically for people with hooded eyes, textured and oily skin. And today I am finally filming this super exciting video. I am going to be using all of the favorite products of my followers. So all of your guys' holy grails cannot live without products. I am super pumped. I did ask this question a while ago over on IG, so if you do not follow me, please do. We will do more of this in the future. But you guys replied with all of your favorite products, and some of them I did have in my collection, which I was so happy about, but also a lot of them I did not. So I placed some orders, purchased some products, and we're going to dive right in. I was super happy to hear that a lot of your guys' favorite products are from drugstore. So I did place my order actually at Target, which was so surprising that I could find all of these items there. That was super cool and fun. Also, a lot of these products I love as well. So some of this we agree on. And then whatever was missing from like me asking you, like nobody mentioned a concealer, which was really surprising to me, so I just put my holy grail in here. Anyways, let's get into priming the skin. So e.l.f. is the real MVP here. You guys love their primers and so do I, and you mentioned a lot of their products and a lot of their items, and especially these two. So we got the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, which I am not the biggest fan of gripping primers, but I'm always willing to give them another chance. And the second one is e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which is my favorite, top favorite primer as well. So we're gonna apply these two. And first I'm gonna go ahead with a gripping primer, and I'm just gonna use a tiny bit of this and kind of apply all over my face, and then add the poreless primer through the center of my face. Oh my god, I just don't know how to use these. Like, they're gripping, yes, but that's like not what I want from my primer, if that makes sense. I want my primer to be blurring, to be hydrating, and to be smoothing, and to be mattifying. I don't want my primer to be sticky, which is, I hear people loving this, but I'm just like, I don't know why. And then there's the milk primer that is kind of like this, that everyone is crazy about, and I just don't get the hype. Like, this just feels sticky, but I'm gonna let it sit for a second, and I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which, listen, you see how little is left here? I literally need a new one so bad. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply this through the center of my face where I have the most texture, because this is my favorite primer to help with those textured spots. And I'm just going to rub that into the skin right through here. This one works beautifully on my skin type, which is super oily, textured, acne prone. And this one works with literally any foundation. This is why I love this guy and I use it all the time. In terms of other primers mentioned, somebody mentioned the Shiseido Glow product, which I just honestly couldn't like find and didn't want to spend a lot of money on, but I trust you. So that was kind of mentioned, but other than that, people really didn't talk about primers that much, which makes sense. It's not the most exciting product. It's a good product and it's an important step of the makeup routine, but not the most exciting product. Now, brows. Here comes the product that we all agree on. We all do. Benefit precisely my brow pencil. Mine is in the shade 3.5. This is the one that I always use, and I was so pleased that you guys love it too. Obviously, this is like the classic holy grail product in terms of brow products on the entire market. They just really did something with this guy. So I'm just going to fill in my brows really quick, and it's really easy. I don't want to spend a lot of time on my brows because they're just boring. They're never gonna look the same, so why even bother? Let's do brow gel, and this is the first product that I did not have in my collection, so I picked this up. This is, again, by e.l.f. You guys love e.l.f., so do I. e.l.f. Brow Lift. This is their brow gel, basically. And this is a dupe for ABH. What was that called? Something Freeze gel, which I loved, and I typically really enjoy these, but I have never tried this, so I was super pumped to try this out, especially because it's also transparent. I do not like colored brow gels, in case you didn't know. Oh, this looks so pretty. Let's just go ahead and pick this up. The texture is really nice and smooth and really easy to pick up, and I'm just going to use a disposable spoolie to apply this brow gel. Wow, it's really setting the brows in. They're not gonna move anywhere. It works kind of like the brow glue, I want to say. I do prefer the typical brow gels in like the bottle format with their own spoolie, but I do not mind these. Like I said, I did like the ABH one, and I think this is like extremely similar. This is basically like the same thing, but $20 cheaper, you know what I mean? This is pretty good. I love this. Okay, so we're gonna go into the foundation, and the ones that were mentioned were the Huda Beauty Faux Filter, which I totally agree. I loved that one when it came out, and the Estee Lauder Double Wear, a cult classic. Everyone loves it. I used to have both of them in my collection, but they're quite old. And I feel like the formulations that are coming out on the market right now are just that much more lightweight, skincare infused, just better, if you know what I mean, because science is getting better, I guess, I assume, I hope. So I just prefer the newer foundations that are on the market rather than going back to the old ones, although I totally understand why you guys do so. So I will say I do love all of the foundations that I just mentioned, but I will use my holy grail that I have in my collection right now just because I didn't want to repurchase an old foundation that I'm not going to get a use out of. I absolutely adore, and this is what I've tried this year in 2024. I adore the It Cosmetics CC Plus Natural. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. I saw CC cream and I'm like, I remember one thing that was mentioned like a million times was Herborian CC cream or BB cream. I don't know the difference, but those, oh my god, those are so loved by you, and literally all of my girlfriends love that too. That is just a little really beautiful cream that has a little bit of a tint to it, so it's going to leave your skin really natural looking, but it's beautiful. That's why my thinking was I'm going to combine all of these foundations, like the full coverage Estee Lauder, but also the lightweight Herborian, your holy grails, and I'm going to pick something that I have in my collection that is kind of combination of all of those. And that's where I came up with this It Cosmetics CC Natural Matte Full Coverage CC Cream. This is a must-have if you have oily skin. This is absolutely beautiful. When I first tried it, I could not put this down. I love it so much. So this is going to be like my favorite, but you know what I mean, guys. So I'm just going to use this ginormous Urban Decay sponge because all my other sponges are literally dirty and I cannot be bothered to clean them. See how beautiful, matte, natural looking, but also full coverage this product is. I absolutely adore this. Haven't been able to put this down ever since I tried it. Just absolutely beautiful formula. They've done a great job on this one. And this is what I've been loving doing lately. Literally getting one pump of foundation or whatever product you're using, spreading it all across your face. And obviously I still have some spots and some discoloration, but I will just use my concealer to perfect that, and that will leave my skin looking very natural and light coverage because there isn't that much product. There's just a little bit of product to kind of clear my complexion, create a beautiful canvas. All right, so getting into the concealer, we're off to a great start. This is another product by me, but everything else is your product, I promise you guys. Nobody mentioned a concealer. I was shocked because I thought that concealer is kind of like one of the most important steps, and there's so many beautiful concealers on the market. Even when I had to pick one, I didn't really know which way to go. I have so many favorites, but I'm just gonna mention one of them today, and this is by Kulfi Beauty, their Main Match Concealer. These are sold at Sephora. They're beautiful lightweight formula. I feel like people with any skin type would enjoy this one, and people who like medium coverage, people who like full coverage, it is quite buildable, and I just adore this formulation. Very easy to use. I've been using it for a couple years since it came out, and this is still always in my top 5 concealer favorites. Even though there's new ones coming out all the time, this is just not giving up. It's just so good. And I'm just going to use the same sponge to blend this one out. No, how do I get in my under eye? I applied some on the spots around my nose where I have that redness, and obviously in the under eye area. Now, in terms of kind of bronzing or contour or anything cream like that, one thing that was mentioned was Mega by Mario Skin Enhancer, which is a super cool product, and I was almost going to pick it up, but then at the same time kind of this product released, so I was like, I'm not gonna buy two. That is just not gonna work for me. But I trust that it is your holy grail. I really trust that this is your favorite and it's really good. But I decided that I'm gonna skip on that and I'm just gonna use this instead. I know that a lot of people who loved the enhancer, they also love this one, and honestly this is just like such a top product that is going to be catered towards any person, like literally whoever loves bronziness, glow, a little bit of sculpting, a little bit of a sun-kissed look. Everyone is going to like these. This is so good. This is their new bronzing and shaping serum. I picked up the shade light medium. It's a little bit too warm for me, not gonna lie, but I'm gonna get tan and this is going to look kind of better and more suit me more. But I will just apply a little bit of this. This is beautiful liquid formula. I think Charlotte Tilbury Magic Wand, the Viral Contour Wand. It's going to blend out super easy, kind of in a sheer, as you can see, bronzy, glowy look. It is gorgeous. It is absolutely stunning. Could not put this down. I've been testing it out for maybe a week, maybe even less, but it feels like about a week. and I literally cannot put it down. Absolutely love this formula. It's so easy to use. It's just, you can see how easy it blends out. There's no streaking, there's no disturbing of the layers underneath. I am fully in love with this product. And take this on vacation with me. I'm thinking like a little bit of this on like a beach day. That's gonna look so gorgeous. I'm not like the person who necessarily puts makeup to go on the beach, but sometimes you want to look just like a little bit cuter, you know what I mean? And that's like kind of what I would go for, I feel like. Just gonna do a little bit over here and maybe even scalp the nose, because it's just so easy to use. And then you can use it as glow drops or like bronzing drops underneath makeup, which I still have not tried to do that, but I can see this formula working beautifully in that capacity as well. Okay, in terms of cream blush, two were mentioned and they're such different products, but I like them both, so I wanted to use them both in today's video. So the first one was Jones Road Miracle Balm, and I know that it's not necessarily always a blush product. However, I don't have a lot of knowledge in this product, but I have the two tones that are kind of more blushy. So this is in the shade Flushed. I love how this smells and I love this product. It is a little bit too glowy for my liking, but when I set it with powder, it looks beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this at first. So I'm just going to warm it up on my fingers because that's how you do it, and then kind of apply a little bit of this on here. The second blush that we're gonna use is way more pigmented, so I'm not gonna bother with a lot of this one. This is more of a natural finish, natural kind of glowy blushed look. So we're gonna do a little bit of that. And then the second blush that was mentioned was this one by She Glam, and I have the shade Rose Ritual. I love these She Glam blushes and contours. They are really a fantastic product and formula. I have not used this in a hot minute though, like a very, very long time. Hopefully this is not expired. I also actually have their cutest blush brush. I always use it for cream blushes. I love it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a little bit through here. Don't remember if it's like super pigmented or not. No, I think I did a good job. Well, it might be a little bit too much, but when we powder, it's gonna look better. But this is just a really easy to blend, pigmented, beginner-friendly, affordable option. They're so pretty. Like, the skin is looking so good so far. Okay, let's talk powder. I was super intrigued by one of the products you guys mentioned. You said Revlon Blurring Powder. I hope this is what this is, because when I googled, this is what came out. This is the Revlon Translucent Powder in the shade Translucent, and this is their pressed powder. I adore Revlon. I love their product, especially their Color Stay line. Everything works beautifully for my skin. So we're gonna try and use this powder to powder my face today. And as you guys probably know, I usually go with a loose powder all over my face, unless it's like a powder foundation or like a powder like that. But I will try this out. I think it will work nicely because I love Revlon. So I'm gonna grab like a dense brush. This is by Dibs Beauty. Pick up quite a good amount of this and start pressing this into my skin, because this is how I work with my super oily skin. If you're more on the dry side, get the big fluffy brush like the other side of this one. Pick up a little bit and just dust it on your skin. Do not press or like use so much weight. This is beautiful. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely blurring my face to the gods. Wait, what? This wasn't very expensive. I mean, it's Revlon. Revlon is not very expensive. This is working beautifully. I think that the way I'm applying it is like a really good way to apply this powder on skin like mine. It's just mattified everything, literally. Gorgeous, gorgeous product. Like, I hope it wears well and it stays like this for longer than 5 seconds, because that's usually the problem with any powder on the market. But so far, the finish is beautiful. Come up closer to the camera. It is beautiful. It feels kind of lightweight as well, which is what I love. Pretty stunning. Beautiful. Wow. I knew that I was gonna, I didn't know, but I felt that I was gonna like this product because it's nice. It's really, really good. All right, one of you mentioned my holy grail, and I was like, yes, please. So the bronzer that was mentioned is the one by Pat McGrath, and that is absolutely hands down my favorite powder bronzer on the planet. I have the one in the shade, I always forget where the shade name is, Nude Honey, and it is just the most stunning neutral bronzy shade, but it just works beautifully on my skin. This is my favorite bronzer, so I absolutely totally agree with you guys. It is worth every penny. And just a gorgeous, gorgeous product. Okay, this is another product that was mentioned and the person was so excited about it. They said they use it like all over the face, as a blush, as a bronzer, like everywhere. And this is the Wet n Wild blush in the shade Mellow Wine, and I was super excited that I found it. Purchased it, and the shade it looks kind of orangey under this lighting, but honestly in real life it's kind of more neutral, kind of something between a mauve and a brick, which is a unique shade, so I'll give it that. I'm super excited to try it out. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my blush brush, pick some up. This is extremely powdery, which means it's probably very pigmented, and I'm gonna start placing it to kind of re-intensify our blush. Ooh, is that too much? Of course it is. It's always too much, Anna. Actually, this shade is stunning. The shade is absolutely beautiful. The formula, it is just so powdery, so it's not like the best, but it's also like costs just a couple dollars. So obviously that is important to mention. I do love this shade. This shade is very interesting, unique, and I feel like it's kind of universal. If you have lighter skin tone, then it would kind of suit you. Even if you have like a cooler undertone or a warmer undertone, I feel like this shade is quite universal and really, really pretty. Is there a little bit of glow there? It doesn't look like that. It just looks completely matte, but it looks like my face has some glow. No, it looks like there's some glow. I don't know why. Interesting, but it looks pretty. Looks pretty nonetheless. I'm happy I picked it up. It is a little bit too powdery for my preference, but because I have a ton of blushes, but I totally understand why you love this product. Really pretty finish. Also, like, the blendability is not the best. I want to say it could get a little bit patchy, so just be mindful with that and go with a little bit of product and just layer it up. I just kind of picked up a lot and started blending that out. That was on me, but we'll work with that. We'll work with that. I'm gonna go ahead and re-intensify my freckles using the brow pencil that I used for my brows, and then we're gonna get into highlighter. Nobody mentioned highlighter. I understand that people don't like highlighter and don't wear highlighter that much anymore compared to like 2017 or 2018, but I feel like people love glowy skin now, so why not highlighter? But anyways, I have a lot of highlighters that I really enjoy, but I did want to pick out something that stands out on the market for me personally, and I've mentioned it many times before. This is the Laura Mercier liquid highlighter. I have the shade Champagne, which is kind of pinkish here, and as you can see, it's well loved and used. And this is one of those babies, but it's so good that I can handle it. And I just usually apply it with my finger right on the higher points of my cheek, and you can see how instantly it creates the beautiful glow without any glitter, without it being sticky, without it being too much, without being annoying, without disrupting the layers underneath, nothing at all. It's just absolutely perfect, and that is why I love it. Yeah, highly recommend this product, you guys. Let's finish up the face. Nobody also said anything about setting sprays. If you don't use setting spray, you should. Let me tell you, if you guys don't use it, you should. So I'm gonna use my favorite. This is one of my favorites, actually. I love the Charlotte Tilbury one, which is this one. I love Morphe. I love MAC Cosmetics. Oh, is it MAC Cosmetics? Yeah, Prep and Prime. I love a bunch of other more affordable versions like the Milani setting spray, but this is just like such an OG and such a cult classic that I wanted to use it for today's video. Let's set everything into place. The complexion is done. We have lips and eyes left, and so far, I gotta say, thank you guys. Thank you. You are onto something. You have mentioned all of these beautiful products that actually work beautifully on my skin together. And I really like the result, the finish, how everything is looking. I'm obsessed. Like, I'm so happy I picked up these products as well. So thank you guys. Let's do a little bit of a lip before we move on to the eyes. And nobody mentioned any lip liner, which made me a little bit sad because I love lip liners. But I'm gonna use my Holy Grail Natasha Denona lip liner in the shade Julia. Most of my videos, whenever you see me not trying new makeup but like just wearing a lip, it's this lip liner. This is my Holy Grail. This is what I have backup of, like multiples. I need this in my purse every time I go out, so yeah, this is a good one. I hope it's gonna go well with the lipstick you guys suggested. I think so. Okay, so in terms of a lipstick, it is a classic. I know it. I've heard about this shade before. I might have tried it before. This is the MAC Cosmetics matte lipstick in the shade Velvet Teddy. I haven't even opened it up yet, but I know that it's very, very well loved by the community. Classic MAC lipstick, will never go out of style. Was worn by Rachel in Friends. Come on, well, not this shade, but you know what I mean. Just like such a classic, beautiful formula. This is a gorgeous shade, I'll give you that. It's giving neutral peach. I just love seeing a matte lipstick. It's like so rare these days that I see something like this. Literally don't remember last time something not glowy came out for the lips. So I'm actually very excited to try this out, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. I love the signature vanilla scent that MAC lipsticks have. To be honest, this works absolutely gorgeously with this lip liner. This is kind of like the pillow talk of MAC lipsticks, I want to say. Not like as pink, not like shade wise, but cult classic and just like a fan favorite. It looks beautiful. Why have I never had this in my collection? I had a handful of MAC lipsticks, but they were more pinky, more light. This one is just absolutely beautiful. The formula, I want to say, feels like it's going to be long wear, but I feel it on my lips. So it's kind of the same thing as when I was talking about the foundations, that products like this are a little bit outdated. And so the formula is just a little bit outdated. I know it's an amazing formula nonetheless. This feels like it's going to stay on my lips for hours and hours and hours. It's quite comfortable. I feel like it's gonna be long wear. It's just a bit drying, I wanna say, compared to like other matte lipsticks that I've tried recently that are more like skincare infused and stuff. Beautiful shade nonetheless, and I'm super happy I picked this up. I'm actually gonna wear it like all day and like see how long it wears to see if maybe this should be my go-to lip combo, because I'm kind of loving it. Also, nobody mentioned a gloss. Should we apply a gloss? I can't really ask you a question, so I will have to make an executive decision. Maybe at the end of the video, maybe after the eyes, we'll see. Picked out my favorite gloss. All right, let's get to the eyes. In terms of eye primer, somebody did mention the Urban Decay eye primer, and I know that they're amazing and beautiful and wonderful. I just didn't want to pick one up because I just have a ton. So I wanted to use the closest thing to the Urban Decay, which is this Milk Eye Primer. And I'm just going to apply it all over my lids, and then we're gonna get to the eyeshadow. This is not necessarily the same thing. It's just as good and kind of grippy and works beautifully as an eyeshadow base, which it is an eyeshadow base, so I don't know why I said that. So I'm just going to blend this out and we'll get into the eyeshadow, which I was super happy to see a palette that was mentioned. Obviously, people are not that much into eyeshadow anymore, so it was the only palette that was mentioned. So somebody mentioned the Huda Beauty Nude Obsessions in the medium shade, which has like really beautiful warm tones. However, to me, I had that same obsession with this entire collection. And as much as you love the medium one, I love the light one. So I totally get what you're saying, because this palette is, God knows how old this palette is. Definitely more than 5 years, definitely beyond expired. Do I care? Absolutely not. I am not throwing this baby out, even though like I do declutter my eyeshadows religiously every year. But this just has never ever been decluttered because I love the color story so much. And the medium one and the deep one are a rich one, not deep. It's like medium and then rich are both also absolutely gorgeous and phenomenal. So the quality on these is like the really good Huda Beauty Italian formula, even though I believe this one is not made in Italy actually. Yeah, these are made in China, but the formula is somehow really amazing. And then the shimmers are just so gorgeous and beautiful. So I'm gonna use this one today. I'm gonna first go into this neutral shade right here to kind of apply it for my crease and kind of check if this palette still works, because I have not used it in a hot minute. I don't know how long. Possibly like 4 years. Is that okay to admit that like some palettes are just sitting in my drawers? You know what? When I open my drawers and then I swatch some palettes just to make myself happy, and I look at them and that makes me happy, and that's the most important thing. Yes, sometimes I don't use a lot of them, but they're there to make me happy. It's my beautiful collection. All right, so this is a shade that is kind of going to be like a transition shade, just a little bit of color, not too much. I just applied it above my natural crease, but I want to go with this one, which is the deepest shade in the palette. I know it's not too deep, but it's gonna work for today, and it's kind of more of a brownie shade, and I'm gonna apply it on the outer portion. Yeah, this is quite pigmented, honestly, and works just as good as it did 4 years ago. Like, this is Huda Beauty, you guys. Her eyeshadows are amazing. Just concentrating this on the outer portion, and I'm not gonna do anything crazy today, you guys. Just wanted to play around with this while I have the chance. So thank you so much for mentioning these little palettes. They're definitely amazing. I hope they come out with more stuff like this, because their latest launch of these mini palettes was the creamy palettes, and oh my god, what a flop. I didn't even want to pick those up. They are not the vibe. I love you, Huda, but those were not the vibe. All right, let's do the shimmer. And typically this is my favorite shimmer from this palette. It's pink with golden undertones. Still works, still beautiful and creamy. Oh, it's just like such a beautiful duochrome moment. Look, expired eyeshadow right here, working beautifully, like the way it did on day one. Like, how simple but how beautiful is this look, right? Really cute. I hope you enjoy your medium nude obsession Huda Beauty palette, and I'm so happy you brought it up because this is everything. Somebody literally said any Urban Decay liner is good, and I know you probably mentioned their pencil liners because they're amazing. I know that, but I actually love their liquid liners, specifically these ones, the 24/7 inks. They have fun, cute little shades. Obviously, I mostly use black and brown, and this brown shade, and the shade name is Whiskey, is just so cute, so amazing, so nice, and quite long wear. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of line my eyes with this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a line following the direction of my lower lash line, and then I'm going to connect it and create a line along my lash line. Something went wrong and it's so long, but I mean, it's gonna work. I'm gonna do the other eye and come back for mascara. I got two mascara recommendations, the Essence Lash Princess mascara and the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara. Both I've heard about. I know that Essence mascaras are amazing. I've loved their double, I'm gonna put a picture up here, mascara and other Lash Princess versions, but I haven't really tried this one. So I'm gonna do one mascara on each eye. We're gonna start with Essence. I'm going to mention something that I mention in every video where I try a new mascara. I am a total mascara snob. No mascaras ever work for me. I don't like them. They're always end up under my eyes unless they're waterproof and really good formulas. So that is what I feel about mascaras. And even if it looks great, it may end up under my eyes in a couple hours. So that's why I'm a mascara snob. And so far, this one is working beautifully in terms of separating, lengthening my lashes, which I'm liking what I'm seeing right now, but I am going to need to see how it wears before I actually form an opinion. So don't listen to me just yet. I don't know if I like it just yet, but what I'm seeing so far is really good. It's really beautiful, especially for a couple bucks that I paid for it. Look at that. The lashes are definitely lashing. My eyelash journey has changed a lot since I started using eyelash serums, and I know they don't work for everyone. The eyelash growth serums, I know they don't work for everyone, but I found some that work for me. So since then, my lashes have grown so much, and I'm really pleased to see that. I just have some mascara marks here that I need to get rid of. All right, let's try the other one on the other eye. So somebody said that they always come back to this one and they love it and they repurchase it all the time. So I'm pumped to try this one out. So we got the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara. Let's take a look-see at our wand. Looks good so far. Let's try it out. I gotta say, this other eye has less lashes. I don't know why, but this one has always been problematic when it comes to mascara, but we'll still give it a try. It's so interesting how when you apply two different mascaras, you can actually see the difference, that the first one gave me length and separation, and this one is giving me anxiety. Volume. This one is giving me volume. So these are the two mascaras side by side. We have the Essence on this eye and the L'Oreal on this eye. Let me know which one you prefer. I prefer Essence, but it might be due to me liking this eye more. Just in general, my lashes on this eye, I prefer this one. What do you guys think? All right, I think we should do lashes just for funsies, and I wanted to mention my favorite pair for kind of every day. This is the Ardell 424. I love these. They look super natural. They're so lightweight. They're so easy to apply. I always wear these. So let me pop these on and then come back and do that gloss, because why not? And just like that, it doesn't even matter what mascara you were wearing, because lashes like this can solve any problem. All right, you guys, so let's assess the situation. We are going to apply gloss because I just want to apply gloss, and I gotta say, this lipstick is comfortable. I don't know what I was saying before. It's really comfy. It's good. It's good. All right, so I got the Flawless Forget the Filler Smoothing Plumping Gloss in the shade Nudie because these have just literally changed the game. They're so good, and this shade is like the most neutral kind of wearable shade. I absolutely adore this. It works so beautifully with this lip combo as well. That's like mostly why I wanted to apply it, because I just felt like the lip combo was missing something, and now it's like all shiny and glossy and so pretty. All right, so I have collected my thoughts and I'm gonna show you the final result. Here is the final makeup look using all of your favorite products, all of your holy grail makeup products. I gotta say, it looks quite good. It looks really good, okay? It looks amazing. Thank you so much for those of you who shared your favorite products over on Instagram. If you guys do not follow me on Instagram and you still want to participate, you can just kind of share your favorite products in the comments down here, and when I make another video like this, I'm going to use your suggestions as well. But so far, obsessed with primers and blushes, bronzers, like all of that. It just looks really beautiful on this cheek right here. Really enjoyed and was pleasantly surprised by the powder. I feel like it's working beautifully and it's kind of staying in my skin. It doesn't look cakey, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing powder, you know what I mean? It looks just beautiful. In fact, I feel like this is the one that you could use kind of as a touch-up powder on the go. And so like I could just go ahead and do a little bit of this, maybe even use a makeup puff. I feel like it's absolutely gorgeous. I love the lipstick. I love the lipstick, absolutely love the lipstick, the eyeshadow as well. One thing that I'm kind of like whatever about is mascara, but that's because I never like mascaras, so please don't take it personally. But overall, super impressed with all of your guys' suggestions and in love with how this look came out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I will link everything in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!